What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So as many of you know, Tropical Storm Isis has been buzzing around down in the ocean out there, and it's expected to hit the mainland here in Florida over the next few days. Now, this is not a hurricane. It's a tropical storm. They're saying that it's not going to develop into a hurricane. But honestly, I've seen this in the past where, there's a tropical storm. They say it's not going to be a threat, and it becomes a hurricane in a moment. Without any notice, it becomes a hurricane. It changes course. The winds pick up. It hits the mainland and it does a lot of damage. So for this reason, we take hurricane preparedness very seriously. What I'm going to do today is show you some of the things I do to prepare for a hurricane, take you through it. There's a lot of things that might be helpful to you. So let me take you through it and show you what this is all about. Okay, one very important thing that you're going to need to prepare for a hurricane is a generator. Now this one we got it at Costco a few months ago. We got a really good deal on it. And if you notice, it's also dual fuel. It runs on propane and gasoline. And this thing is not the biggest generator that you can get, but it's pretty sizable. You can see running on propane, it's got 8450 starting watts and 6750 on the running watts, and even more with gasoline. Basically, a generator like this will run everything in my house except for the air conditioning. So she's pretty stout. We'll see how this one works out for us. Another thing you're going to need is lots of gasoline. Basically, I have 25 gallons of gasoline ready, plus this propane tank. Now, this generator is brand new, and I haven't put any gasoline in the tank yet, so I'm running it on the propane. In the event that I don't lose power, okay, this generator has a metal tank. So if you put gasoline on it, that starts the corrosion process. So I'm trying to avoid the gasoline if I can. This way, if I put it in storage, there's no gas in it, and it'll be ready for me when I need it. You never know. She runs good. So it's also good to have an auxiliary fan around. Here in Florida, when the power goes out, it gets pretty hot, especially in the summertime. So, with the generator, get yourself an auxiliary fan. It'll help you keep you cool. It's also a good idea to have plenty of drinking water available. When the power goes out and there's a lot of rain and flooding, sometimes the tap water will get contaminated. Good to have some fresh water. It's also a good idea to have a good supply of canned foods, anything that's easy to heat up. We have the generator to run the microwave and things like that, so we can do this, but here again, just be stocked up, just be ready. And if you have pets, it's always good to stock up on some food for them. When the power goes out, sometimes you get stuck at home, you can't get out, you gotta make sure you take care of your pets. We always make sure we take care of Smokey. Here's Smokey. How's your day going, buddy? And since we have a powerful generator, it's also good to have some window air conditioners. That generator cannot run the central AC, but it'll run 2 of air conditioners like this one. Let me tell you guys, when the power goes out, this is absolutely important, one of the most important things to have. What's also real good to have stashed away is some extra air conditioners as well. Here we have a window unit. We keep it stashed away in the closet. And we have another standalone unit. This is a unit that I used in the garage for a while, but we're not doing that right now. But this is also available to me. So between the 3 air conditioners, I can basically air condition the whole house. And we also have a window fan. If it just so happens to be a cool night, you can throw the window fan in there and stay cool. Something very important to do when you live in a hot climate like we do here in Florida. It's when the power goes out and you start off your generator is when you can really appreciate your ceiling fans. Okay guys, being prepared for a hurricane is a lot like camping. When the power goes out, camping equipment comes in very handy. I've assembled some of the things that I like to keep in the house on the counter here, so let me show it to you. Okay, so this is something that we have up on the shelf in the garage, just in case we need it. This is just a classic stove, propane powered stove. Comes in really handy when the power goes out. You pretty much power them up with these little propane tanks, and we keep stock of them just in case we need them. And we also have this little Coleman coffee maker, or what this thing is. Basically what it is a percolated coffee maker here. Kind of sits on top of that, you can see that, and you can make your coffee. When you go camping, these things come in handy, but it's also good to have these during a hurricane. When the power goes out, these are very important things to have. It's always good to have some flashlights. Here's a little lantern kind of thing that we got. It's battery powered, it's got some LED lights in there, it's very bright. And this is a shop light that I generally use for the garage. But when there's a hurricane, that thing throws a lot of light, comes in real handy when the power goes out. Okay, here's something else. We have our little box here where we keep some of our supplies in the event that we have a hurricane and power goes out. We got a solar powered battery pack here. We have candles, okay, kind of an old school way of giving yourself some light. And we have candle holders. Interestingly enough, sometimes we have candles and we forget the candle holders. Okay, so matches to light the candles. Always good to have a little portable radio. This is an old electric piece that we have that's actually a little stove. You can heat up some food if you like. And we also have sternos. A lot of times when you have caterers come to your parties and they keep your food warm, they use sternos to do that. It's always very good to have those around. You never know. So yeah, this is some of the stuff that we keep around the house in the event that we have a hurricane. This stuff is essential. It maintains a little bit of quality of life while you wait for the power to come back on. Another thing that's super important is to always have batteries on hand. Fresh batteries. They always come in handy. The ones that we use the most are the AA's, but we use some AAA's, some D batteries, even some 9-volt batteries. It's always good to have them around. You never know when you're going to need them. It's also good to be stocked up on frozen foods. We have plenty of frozen foods in here. This freezer is big enough for us. It's just my wife and I, so we generally keep some frozen foods in here for convenience. But I gotta say, when the power goes out, it's really great to have food that's easy to heat up. If you're gonna have coffee, you're gonna need your half and half, so make sure you have plenty of that as well. And absolutely make sure that your coffee maker is working the way you want it to, because you really rely on that when the power goes down. Okay, another very, very important thing is to have a battery backup. Now, this is not that good of a battery backup. It's really only good to power up your modem for maybe 2 to 3 hours when the power goes out. We've run into situations where we needed this battery backup just for temporary power outages. Like, power goes out for all kinds of reasons. You could, if the power goes out, it's probably maybe because your transformer up on the pole went bad or just tripped, car accident or construction. Power is only going to be out for a little while, so if you got your battery backup, you don't have to run outside and turn on your generator. You could just hook up your backup, and that should keep your modem going for about 2 to 3 hours. Very, very helpful during a hurricane and just some typical power outages. And last but not least, one of the most important things is to have hurricane shutters. Now, here's our hurricane shutters that came with the house. They were supplied by the builder. You can see way at the top how they mount. See those mounting holes with the slots? In this box is the shop drawing that explains to you which window they go on. As you can see, they're all different sizes. You can see one here, they're a little shorter, and then these long ones, you got some ones that are a little bit longer up there. You can see what that's all about. And when you come out here, I could show you how they mount. Just take you around the outside here to one of the windows so I could show you what they do. Now take a look at this. Here are the mounting holes. The mounting screws right there. You guys see that? You back out on those screws. You put the hurricane shutter up on there. You slide it back and you tighten down on these screws, and it protects your glass in the case that there's flying debris or anything like that. If you have hurricane glass, you don't have to worry about that. But we don't have hurricane glass, so on every window, you can see we have mounting points for the hurricane shutters. Very, very important when you have high winds and flying debris. And another thing that's super important is to have plenty of coffee on hand. We like to make our own coffee. We like to use community coffee, some of the best stuff out there. So yeah, guys, just a few things that might be helpful to you if if you're in a position where a hurricane comes through, or a tornado, or some bad weather comes through, or whatever the other case may be, a flood or some other natural catastrophe, or maybe just some road work or an accident or something like that. Your power can be knocked out for a long time, and it's always good to be prepared in the event that that happens. So this is how I do it, guys. I hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.